People often talk a lot about red flags in relationships, subtle, unhealthy, manipulative, narcissistic behavior that people show to others while they are in relationship with them. Some people nowadays go into relationship with a mindset. Some even wear their detective hats, some carry binoculars, some carry microscopes, trying to zoom in literally on every tiny atom of red flags that they can find. Now, while that is not completely out of place, I would say that it's okay to understand the role of striking a balance and a fair judgment, in looking at these things. And so I'm here to flip the script a bit to help you know that it's not so much about, finding the red flags. That's not where the problem lies. Sometimes it's also about not recognizing the green flags when they show up. And when one is not able to identify or recognize green flags or, healthy attributes, or what you can say traits, good traits in someone, the tendency of you, walking away from the right person is high. There's a tendency that you can begin to drift away from the right person without even knowing that you were doing so. And so in today's video, I will be walking you through some of these powerful green flags that you should not ignore. You can literally take to the bank, and you should not trivialize when you are in a relationship with someone. So before we dive right into today's video, I welcome you very specially to this channel. This is the Intentional Womanhood and Family Life channel. My name is Gloria. If you are a newbie here or stumbling on my channel for the very first time, you're welcome. Here on my channel, I create videos sharing useful information to help women navigate motherhood, relationship, family life, parenting, and their personal growth with intention. So if that is the kind of content you'd like to see, please do well. Click the red subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell so that once I post a new video, you will be the first to see it. Now, without so much ado, let us dive right into talking about green flags that you should never ignore in any relationship. So green flag number one, when they appreciate your uniqueness. Now, the truth of the matter is no two people are the same with the same biological makeup, exactly the same attitude and attributes. And so when people go into relationships, the truth is they come from different backgrounds. They are coming from different understanding. They are brought up differently. They even look physically different. Okay, so the truth is when a person appreciates your uniqueness, loves you for who you really are, that is a green flag, something you should hold there. Some people, are in relationships with people who do not even respect their uniqueness, who see them as being different. They are different in how they talk, and that's a problem. It's how they eat, that's a problem. How they dress is a problem. How they speak is a problem. How they look is a problem. Now they forget that they chose this person in the first place. They started the relationship with them in the first place. And along the line, they begin to now understand that, oh, okay, I'm not cool with this difference. And they begin to shade them. But in your case, if you have a situation whereby you are not shaded for how you dress, say, for example, you're in a relationship with someone who is completely of a different race with you, and they still appreciate you for who you are and for your background, for what you are. They appreciate the kind of food you eat, even if they really, have some dislike for your culture or for your way of life. They don't shade you. They don't throw it to your face. Some people have been shaded for how they look. It's either you're thin or you're too fat or you're too thin or you're too small or you're too tall, you're too short. Somebody appreciates you and does not shade you for how you look. That is something to be grateful for. That's something to hold there. Now, your uniqueness is who you are. Nobody should take it away from you. We are all born uniquely. We are all different in our own ways. And so when people appreciate you for your uniqueness, that is a strong green flag in that relationship. Here is another green flag when they support your goals, your visions, and your dreams. Do they support you? Do they support your goals, your vision, your dreams, your aspiration? The moment that you have someone who believes in your goals, who aligns with your visions, who allows you to thrive in what you truly are called to do, then that is a huge green flag. You should appreciate someone who is not feeling intimidated by your goals, who is not feeling intimidated by your dreams, who doesn't really think that your dreams would, outshine theirs, who is not in a competition with you. So the moment you find that one person who believes in your goals, who supports you to achieve them, who even literally, believes in you way more than you believe in yourself, then that is a huge plus. That is a green flag you should not take with levity. The moment you find such person, hold that person there, because truly that person is there to support you and to bring out the very best in you. When people are open to finding out the things that you're truly called, or even help you identify the hidden treasures that you have that you may not even know. Sometimes you're in a relationship with someone and they begin to understand your traits, your strengths, your abilities. Even before you realize so, they begin to understand that, you know what, you have strength in this. Why don't you try this business? Why don't you try this? Why don't you do that? And it begins to align with maybe your goals, the things that you have, said you want to achieve for yourself. They're not intimidated by your dreams or your goals. When they see you, pursuing your dreams, instead of them stopping you or clapping your wings, they applaud you and they tell you can do it. Where they need to fill in the gap, where they need to, stand in for you while you're there pursuing your dreams, they are all willing and ready to do so. You find people these days who you bring into your life or you go into their lives, and instead of them to hold your hands and pull you up through the ladder of life and help you get to that point that you've always wished and wanted to, they feel threatened. They feel like you are going to outsmart them. It's more or less like you are in a competition with them. So the moment you find people who accept you, who push you, who want you to be better than yourself, who want you every single day to outsmart your old self, because they see that great potential in you. They see what you are not even seeing. And when you feel discouraged, they are there to encourage you. They're there to raise you up. Even when you fail, they tell you, you know what, you can go again. They are there to literally help you know that you are more than you are. You're stronger than you are. This is a huge green flag that you should literally take to the bank. Hold it there and hold them there as well. Now, another thing to look out for is if they themselves have goals, have visions, have values, if they themselves have dreams, have drives. Are they self-driven people? The people that you keep around you to a large extent determine how far you go in life. I understand that changing full-blown adults is one very difficult task to embark on. While that is not a walk in the park, while it's very difficult to change people who are already grown, unless if they decide in their minds to change, you can make efforts, right? You can try. Now, whilst you have tried and you're still trying and it doesn't look like there's a headway, if you don't, come out of the web of that relationship and you're there because of pity, then you're literally going to be pulling yourself down, because you're going to be with someone who's going to feel threatened by your own dreams and by your own drives. So the moment you find someone who has drives themselves, who are self-driven, who have visions, who are pursuing their dreams, they have aspirations and they're working hard to also find themselves, that is a green flag. That is someone who you want to have around you. You're very sure that you're going to have someone who is going to, be a great support system to themselves and to you, because the Bible even says, iron sharpeneth iron. So what that means literally is you are with someone who can support you and can support themselves, who can encourage you and encourage themselves. When you encourage them, it doesn't come out as though you are intimidating them, but they see it as you being there for them and you wanting their good. Now, the truth of the matter is, when people start relationship, at the back of their mind, especially when it has to do with intimate relationships, they are looking at scaling that relationship to the very next stage, which is marriage, right? And so when you are in a relationship with someone, do they see you in their future? Do they talk about their future with you? When they make their plans, are you tied closely to their plans? When they talk about their future and they make plans and you're right in that plan, that is a huge green flag. That's to tell you that that person has hope for that relationship, believes in that relationship, and is willing and ready to scale it to the very next big stage. Green flag number 5. Do you find true peace with them. Now, your instincts can never mislead you. Your hearts can hardly mislead you. When you have convictions in your mind to do something, and you are truly convinced in your mind, in your heart of hearts, to do that thing, the tendency of you succeeding in that thing is very high. Because most times our instincts do not fail. Our instincts lead us right. The way it works for me, right? My heart talks to me when it comes to people. I keep a very close circle and I listen to my heart a lot. Sometimes I try so hard to push it, to force relationships, but no matter how hard I try, it doesn't still get to that point where the relationship should ordinarily get to, because I still keep having these restrictions. I still keep having this, I'm not able to give that relationship my all, or empty myself, or come all out, because I am not there's something my heart is not telling me. My heart is not telling me to give it all out. And so listen to your heart. Are you finding peace? If you find total peace with that person, then that is a huge green flag. So what do you think about green flags in relationships? Do you think they are worth looking at closely? Do you think they help you, build better relationships, or don't you agree? Let me know your thoughts. Please leave your thoughts down there in the comment section. I would love to read from you. If you have not seen the last video I made on red flags, please look for it. That is just the last video I made. It's going to be attached somewhere here. Please do well to watch that video before coming to watch this one. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my very next one. Bye for now.